Despite 2015 being jam-packed with blockbuster films, the fourth Jurassic Park movie, titled Jurassic World, remains one of the most anticipated. Though some have been quite vocal regarding being underwhelmed by the sequels we have so far, 1993's Jurassic Park remains a modern-ish classic, setting the standard for special effects that even some films today struggle to match. Jurassic World appears to be on the right track as of so far. The screenwriters chosen have a good writing history. The director, only having one film under his belt, seems to have a good understanding of what makes the franchise work, and pushing the release date back from 2014 to 2015 shows that the studio want to take their time and get this right. I'm sure everyone involved knows what they're doing. That being said, let's look at some things that could enhance the new Jurassic Park film. Well, some things that I think might enhance it. Your opinion may be different. You know what then? Why don't you make your own Jurassic Park video? One thing many fans have been clamoring to see since the conclusion of the first Jurassic Park movie is the return to Isla Nublar. I probably said that wrong. The original island theme park. The Lost World introduces a new island, Site B, the place where dinosaurs were allowed to run wild and where the real genetic experiments took place. Jurassic Park 3, again, saw us return to this island, which is fine, it absolutely still worked as a story idea. However, I believe now we've seen enough of this place already. And without wanting to sound too much like one of those guys who's so in love with nostalgia that they want to marry it, it'd be great to see some of the locations again depicted in 1993. The downed fence where the T-Rex first made its terrifying appearance, the visitor center, the place where all the eggs were, the toilet that Gennaro got eaten off. I wonder what that toilet's been up to. Boy, if that toilet could talk, the stories it would tell. I bet it's seen some shit. Oh, Jesus. Okay, look, even if we get brief glimpses of the island, which at the very least we will, according to this tweet from its director, that'd be great. Just to see what over 20 years of dinosaurs stomping around an abandoned zoo theme park might do to a place. As you're probably already aware, a large percentage of the dinosaur effects in the Jurassic Park movies are in fact practical. A life-size mechanical T-Rex was actually built, and a lot of the raptor parts are in fact just guys in suits. Pretty much anything where a dinosaur isn't freestanding or bolting across a field is some kind of sophisticated puppet or animatronic. If you look closely, it can actually be determined which scene uses what, especially in the broad daylight stuff, but all in all, it's a really good blend. Though CGI has come a long way since 1993, there's something to be said for a physical object that can interact with the environment and that actors can react to. What the hell is this terrifying nightmare in puppetry? Get the hell out of here! So yeah, basically, a healthy mix of CGI and practical effects is what I'm saying. Like what's on display in pretty much all of Guillermo del Toro's work. Now, the Velociraptors are a staple of the Jurassic Park franchise. Their now iconic communication voice sound effect thing is enough to let us know that whoever's on screen at the very moment where that's heard better start running in the direction of Sam Neill, because they're about to die. But I feel that unless they do something incredibly innovative and original with them, then we don't really need to see much more of them. Every movie has at least one extended scene where the humans are being relentlessly stalked by these creatures. You know the scenes I'm talking about. Somebody gets tricked by one of them, someone's baffled by how intelligent they are, someone goes behind a door and they think they're safe, but then they figure out how to get through the door. Classic Raptor. What else can you really do with them though? I'm not saying don't have them, but why don't we get some kind of other dinosaur or dinosaurs? Here's a related fact though. Velociraptors in real life are only this big. Yeah, that's right, a movie lied to you. Despite what I literally said about 10 seconds ago, I'm all for existing dinosaurs appearing in the film. In fact, I'd love to see the original T-Rex at some point. I don't know how long they live for though. He, or probably she, looks something like this now, I'd imagine. That being said, I'd also like to see something new. Something we have not seen yet. I thought the inclusion of the Spinosaurus in part 3 was a good move. Sure, not as iconic as the T-Rex, but it was a good way to mix it up. There are though literally thousands, probably, of dinosaurs that they could choose from. A lot of people are pushing for some kind of marine dinosaur, and though the danger it presents to people would be limited unless a large section of the film is near water, something like that would be amazing. I'd preferably not see anything feathered though. Scientifically accurate or not, Home Alone has proven to all of us that if you feather anything, it becomes immediately less frightening. There's two original characters I'd love to see return for Jurassic World. Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm. They are easily the best characters from the series. The tragedy of it being, we don't really get to see them together that much. They have an obvious disdain for each other. Well, it's more like Alan Grant has disdain for Malcolm, that's even referenced in part 3. But the only scenes they share together, with just the two of them, is on the dinosaur tour in the first movie. Then they get split up, then they don't really cross paths ever again. Their chemistry, though, is fantastic. They're both brilliant men, their scientific intellects being on par, even if they specialise in different fields. But they do disagree on many things, which makes them interesting to watch. We've had the Ian Malcolm movie, we've had the Alan Grant movie, now let's get them back together. Of course, finding a legitimate reason to do so is a whole other story. Malcolm only went back to an island full of dinosaurs because his girlfriend was there and he thought she was in trouble. And Grant had to be literally beaten unconscious to get him on board for a second time. Even if they don't make an appearance on the island though, it'd be nice to see them return in some fashion. Now, I actually have faith in this one that it's going to turn out okay, regardless if any of these suggestions make it in. But what are your thoughts? What would you like to add to Jurassic World? What characters, locations, dinosaurs, storylines, whatever would you like to see in the new film? Now, if you liked this, then why not check out my podcast, The Weekly Planet? It's out every Monday. This week's episode covers the history of Captain America in film. It's mostly terrible, by the way. Last week's episode on the must-watch upcoming summer films is also linked below. Thanks everyone, take care.
How could you get along without the letter M? How could you order M&Ms without the letter M? What would you say? What would you do? What would you call them? There'd be no words like Mississippi.